What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of 101 Sports and Cards. Always, I'm Nathan Holloway, and with me, Church.
What's up?
Starting the NFL. No NFL news for, what is this, the fourth straight week?
Something like that, yeah.
There's absolutely no NFL news. It should get better in a month when, the preseason's starting.
Will it, though?
Probably. All right, and continue the grading the offseason. This week is the Bengals and the Browns. This will be it for the AFC North. The Bengals, they added safety Geno Stone, running back Zach Moss, and tight end Mike Gesicki as the best gritty in the league.
Yes.
They lost Joe Mixon and Irv Smith Jr. They re-signed literally nobody besides franchise tagging T. Higgins. They drafted Armarius Mims, Chris Jenkins, and Jermaine Burton. I'm going to give the Bengals a solid B- because I think Joe Mixon is going to be a huge loss. I don't see Zach Moss stepping in as good to that role, or even the rookie from last year, Chris Evans. And also losing Irv Smith Jr. is a sneaky loss.
Yeah.
He was their starting tight end. You agree? Yeah. For the Browns, they added Jerry Jeudy in a trade. They also added Jameis Winston. They lost literally no one that needs to be named. They re-signed Zadarius Smith and drafted Michael Hall Jr. and Zach Zenner. Of course, Michael Hall Jr. was their first pick in the second round since they did not have a first-round pick. I believe they only had 4 picks altogether because most of them belong to the Texans for one of the worst trades in NFL history. So I did give the Browns a B. I like them adding Jerry Jeudy. It's a good add for them to pair with Amari Cooper and the other guy. Can't think of his name. I also like them adding Jameis
Just in case.
Yeah.
Deshaun just looking good.
I mean, he's also injury prone. Isn't Jameis... No, Jameis is, a year or two older than he is?
Jameis was a 2015 guy. 2015.
So 2, because...
Deshaun was 7.
Yeah. He's the same as Mahomes. Yeah. So I like that move. Keeping Zadarius Smith was big. Other than that, not really much. They have a great team already. The best defense in the league. They just need a QB to actually play well for them, like Joe Flacco did last season until the playoffs.
Yeah, they kept the bed.
So do you agree with that?
Yeah.
Next week it will be the Jets and the Bills. Yay. Hanging on to the association. Not much has happened in the last week. Miles Bridges returned to the Hornets. Dario Saric signed with the... That is so wrong. He did not sign with the Pistons. He signed with the Nuggets. If he signed with the Pistons, I would not have put it on here because who cares about Detroit? He signed with the Nuggets. I think that's a great move for Denver. The Warriors agreed to a sign and trade for Buddy Hield. This is a very underrated move. I think this is great for the Warriors. They replace Clay with an even better shooter, especially now.
Yeah.
And, Buddy Hield is a liability defensively, but Clay kind of was that too after, he's injured both legs multiple times. DeMar DeRozan signed with the Kings via sign and trade. Harrison Barnes was sent to the Spurs, and Chris Duarte was sent to the Bulls. I like this move for the Spurs and the Bulls, not so much for the Kings. Spurs get a veteran guy in Harrison Barnes. He's still a solid player. Plus, they could use him at the trade deadline to add picks, or, he could... The Spurs have a lineup where they could make the playoffs. Chris Duarte to the Bulls, he just needs playing time.
Yeah.
He's a good player, he just needs playing time. I don't like the fit with DeRozan to the Kings. They don't have a lot of shooters. They have Fox, they have whoever they're going to put at shooting guard because they're looking to trade Kevin Huerter because they're still interested in Brandon Ingram and Kyle Kuzma. So, Keegan Murray can shoot. Sabonis isn't the best outside shooter. So they have really 2 guys that can shoot on their team right now, and they are terrible defensively. DeRozan is a solid defender, but he is really their only defender now.
Yeah.
So I just really don't like them. I do think that it makes the Kings better. They couldn't get much worse than they were last year. They almost missed the playoffs after being the surprise team 2 seasons ago where they made the playoffs for the first time in however many years it ended the longest streak of missing the playoffs in NBA history. So, I would like to see them make another move. If they can get Kuzma, or I'd much rather have Brandon Ingram than Kuzma because Ingram brings a little bit more defensively. Kuzma literally plays no defense. And the Kings don't really need scoring. They have enough scoring. Jason Tatum, Vince Carter, and A'ja Wilson will be on the covers of NBA 2K25, including for the first time ever, a dual cover athlete. Tatum and A'ja Wilson will be on the same one. The Vince Carter one looks cool. Mm-hmm. Too bad I will not be buying the game, because they're not going to update anything, and it's not worth your money. Kawhi Leonard withdrew from Team USA because, guess what? They were worried about his knee injury. And the Clippers also want him to prepare for the upcoming season. Mainly, don't play this summer because we need you to be healthy because our team sucks.
Yeah.
Derek White will replace him. Should have been Jalen Brown. Although Derek White was really good. Yeah. I would have said Jalen. That's all for basketball. Not much news. Moving on to baseball. Wander Franco was charged with sexual abuse and sexual exploitation of a minor in the Dominican Republic. He will never play baseball again. So congratulations to Wander Franco for absolutely ruining your career. Yeah. This may be... He may go down as one of the most gifted athletes that just ruin their careers.
I mean, I think he was... I won't say Hall of Fame Shaq, but he had a great possibility of it. But yeah, we'll never know.
Some news for going back to basketball that just came out. Starting in the 25-26 season, so not next season, but the next, the NBA will have nationally televised games 7 days a week. Once the NFL season is over Monday, it will be on Peacock, Tuesday, NBC, Wednesday, ESPN, Thursday, Amazon, Friday, ESPN, and Amazon. Saturday, it's the same. And then Sunday will be NBC and ESPN. I wouldn't actually say they're all nationally televised because Amazon and Peacock isn't on actual TV, so that kind of makes zero sense. Yeah. We're going to look at the NL and AL All-Star. I'm going to start off with the AL. The AL starters are, and tell me if you agree. We did this last week. Yeah. So, but that were our predictions. Now they've actually been announced. So the DH is Jordan. Catcher is Adley. Yeah. First base is Vlad. Yeah. Second, Altuve. Yeah. Third is Jose Ramirez. Yeah. Shortstop is Gunnar. The outfield is Judge, Soto, and Kwan.
I mean, that team was perfectly made. Yeah. I mean, that was the team that I think we both said.
The AL pitchers are Tyler Anderson, Corbin Burns, Emmanuel Clase, Garrett Crochet, Logan Gilbert, Clay Holmes, who did not deserve it over... Craig Kimbrell, Tanner Houck, let's go, my boy Tanner, Seth Lugo, Mason Miller, Cole Reagans, Tariq Skubal, and Kirby Yates. How dare they put Tariq Skubal towards the bottom? He's going to win AL Cy Young unless he gets hurt. There's nobody even near him right now. The AL reserves are Carlos Correa, Rafael Devers, who will not play. Instead, it will be Jordan Westburg, Jarren Duran, David Fry, Riley Green, Josh Naylor, Isaac Paredes, Salvador Perez, Marcus Semien, Kyle Tucker, and Bobby Witt Jr. The NL starters are DH Shohei. Who would have thought?
No.
Who would have thought? Honestly, I'm going to say no. Marcelo Zuna had to be a starter. Catcher William Contreras. There's really nobody else besides Will Smith. Bryce Harper, first base. Second base is Ketel Marte. Alec Bohm is at third base. Shortstop, Trey Turner. No. He shouldn't have been in it. Period. Outfield is Yelich, Profar, and Tatis. The reserves for the NL. Well, first we'll go with the pitchers for the NL. Tyler Glasnow, who just got placed on the IL, so he will not be playing. Instead, it will be Hunter Green, who did not deserve it. Ryan Helsley, Jeff Hoffman, Shota Imanaga, Reynaldo Lopez, who leads the MLB in ERA, Chris Sale, Tanner Scott, Paul Skeens, who becomes the first player in the new draft era to be drafted, And not even a whole season later, is elected to his first All-Star game. Matt Strom, Ranger Suarez, Robert Suarez, Logan Webb, and Zach Wheeler. Logan Webb should not be in it. You know who should have been?
Jake Owen.
Yes. Although he absolutely got lit up yesterday. I mean, that's his only bad start of the season.
Yeah.
Really. The reserves for the NL. C.J. Abrams makes his first All-Star appearance. Pete Alonso, Luis Arraez, Mookie Betts, who
should be the star.
Yeah, he won't play anyway. Ellie De La Cruz makes his first All-Star game. Freddie Freeman, Teoscar Hernandez, Ryan McMahon is the Rockies. Of course, every team has to have one person. Yeah. So, in all honesty, the Rockies would have 0 people if they didn't do this. Jackson Merrill for the Padres, who has been one of the best rookies this season. Marcell Ozuna, Elliot Ramos. Who would have guessed this?
I did. I believed in him for a while.
You would have guessed that this year he'd be an All-Star?
No, but I'd say he's going to be good.
Brian Reynolds and Will Smith.
Yeah.
Of course, Westberg and Hunter Green are reserves.
Westberg deserves it, though.
Hunter Green did not. Yeah. The All-Star game is next Tuesday on Fox.
Heck, put Reese Hines on the mound the way he's been playing. He's the better red right now.
The Home Run Derby is next Monday. So far, there have been 5 people that have committed out of the 8. Marcell Ozuna, actually this is 6. 6 out of the 8. Marcell Ozuna, Pete Alonso, Gunnar, Alec Boehm, Bobby Witt Jr., and Jose Roman.
What happens if they don't get anybody else that's going to do it like that?
I have no idea.
Only going to pull people out of the stands. Congrats, you get to go against these guys.
I'm surprised they haven't already filled it. Sunday is the MLB Draft. I know you're probably looking forward to that.
I am.
Of course you are. I'm looking forward to seeing who the Nationals take. Looking at the standings. So as we enter the All-Star break, which starts, I believe the last game is Saturday, because they always go a day. No, it will be Sunday.
Yeah. Because
they say screw it, and absolutely, you play Sunday night. You play on Sunday Night Baseball on ESPN, you got to be, in Texas next day. The Orioles lead the Yankees by 3 games. The Yankees are 3-7 in their last 10 games. They've been struggling mightily. The Red Sox are 6.5 games back. They're 7-3 in their last 10, and then at the bottom is the Rays and the Blue Jays. The AL Central, the Guardians lead the Twins by 6 games. The Royals have fell to 8.5 games back, and then the Tigers at 15 games back, and then the White Sox are the worst team in baseball.
Yeah.
Hey, they can make it. They're only 32 games back. They can still win the division. It's possible. The Mariners lead the Astros by 2 games in the AL West. The Rangers are 5.5 games back, and then you have 2 crappy teams in the Angels and the A's who are at the bottom of the division. East, the Phillies lead the Braves by 7.5 games. The Mets are 13.5 games back. My Nationals 17.5 games, and then you have the Miami Marlins, who might as well not even be a team anymore. The Brewers lead the Cardinals by 4.5 games. The Pirates by 8.5. The Reds by 9, and the Cubs by 10 in the NL Central. There are 2 NL Central teams who are over 500.
Yeah.
It's amazing. By the end of the year, there'll be 1.
Yeah.
Which will be the Brewers. The Dodgers lead the Padres by 7.5 games. Everybody else in the division sucks, especially the Rockies. The Diamondbacks have to be the most disappointing team.
Yeah. So
far this season. The MLB leaders in stats. Stephen Kwan leads, batting .363. Second is Bobby Witt Jr. is batting .323. Home runs is Aaron Judge, who has 32. Second is Shohei with 28 RBIs. Judge has 83. Jose Ramirez is second with 77. Stolen bases, Ellie De La Cruz is going to have the most stolen bases. He has 45. Second is Bryce Terang with a whole 29. Chris Sale leads the league in wins with 12. Seth Lugo and Grayson Rodriguez are tied for second with 11, which is amazing for Rodriguez because he missed multiple weeks due to an injury. The best ERA is
Seth Lugo.
Although it's not Seth Lugo, it's Reynaldo Lopez. So ESPN is wrong. Saves is Helsley. He has 31. Second is Clase with 28. My boy Kyle Finnegan in third. Tied for third with Craig Kimbrell. The most strikeouts is Garrett Crochet, who has 146. And the most quality starts, Seth Lugo and Logan Gilbert at 15. So that is baseball for right now.
Yeah.
Next week, we will look at trades, do some trade predictions. Yes, we'll recap the draft.
This Sunday's the draft. Man.
Won't be able to watch it. Damn.
I'm going to watch it.
Yeah. Because it's that big of a deal.
It is.
Don't you guys have the second pick?
Yeah. I want to see how crap organization is when we draft the wrong guy.
Like you did last year. Although Rhett Lauder's turned out pretty good.
But I wanted Chase Dolan. I'll take Wet. Wet pitched pretty good against Paul Skeens in the LSU game. Championship. One of the best games I've ever watched in my life.
But next week we'll go through trade predictions for some of the guys on the trade block. Some of those guys are Vlad, Bo, the whole Toronto Blue Jays organization. Yusei Kikuchi, who has been on absolute fire. And the NL, it's really Jazz. Anybody on the White Sox, anybody on the Marlins. Yeah. Other than that,
Mike Trout.
Nobody wants him. And on other sports, Davis Thompson wins the John Deere Classic. He shot 28 under, which is a course record for the John Deere Classic. The Scottish Open is this weekend. Alex Bowman won a very interesting Chicago street course race. The fact that it was delayed. We have wet weather tires. It's delayed for over an hour. It was a good race. Yeah. I like the Chicago street course. The race on Saturday was amazing. The Xfinity race, the battle between Shane Van Gisbergen and Kyle Larson was great. Of course, Shane got wrecked by Chase Briscoe because he doesn't know how to drive a car. I don't think I guess he didn't know that when you go into a left-hand corner, you shouldn't be facing right. And then Kyle Larson absolutely missed a corner. Damn near missed the whole tire bearing. Very disappointed Alex Bowman. I wanted Tyler Reddick to come back. He would have won the race if he wouldn't have hit the wall. Yeah. Pocono is this weekend. A race that, I won't be able to watch it anyway because I won't be home this weekend, but I would not watch anyway because Pocono sucks. It's one of the worst tracks on the schedule. Who wins the Pocono?
Denny Hamlin.
Sounds like gun. I'm also going with Denny Hamlin. It's his best track. Paddle Award won at Mid-Ohio. The Iowa doubleheader is this weekend. They'll have a race Saturday and a race Sunday. I'm going to give my pick first because I say, just like he did last year, Joseph Newgarden sweeps.
I'm going to go Paddle Award wins one day, and then Scott Dixon wins the next.
No Joseph Newgarden. No. Pretty sure he has the most wins ever at Iowa. Lewis Hamilton won a Silverstone, his first F1 win since 2021. So congrats to Lewis. F1 is off for
2 months.
No, they're off for a week. They'll not be racing. No, they're off for 2 weeks. They'll not be racing this weekend or next week. We're going to keep it shorter today, not like the last 2 weeks. Give you guys a little break and give us a little break. I have to, or at least myself, not having to talk so much since you gave literally no input the last 2 weeks. Or really today. So thank you guys for listening. As always, come back here next week. You don't have anything else, right? Go ahead, say it. Say it. Say it.
Baseball.
That's not how you say it.
Baseball. And the draft, baby. Woo!
Thank you guys for listening. Come back here next week. Peace.